Facebook. All right, recording in progress. Shabbos. Good to see everybody. We have a nice little crew going on here, and here we are in Cheyenne. Let me make sure I can get that. I think I'm good. Is that okay? That looks good. And just to let everybody know, God has already started these fall rains. I did think that I had waterproofed my goat skin cowboy boots, my Tacovas, one of my favorite pair. I put that mink, whatever, waterproofing stuff on those boys a few weeks ago, and thank God, because I got to tell you, they took on some rain today. Geshem Yored. That's how we say that rain is falling. Geshem Yored. We are on page. This is really for the little ladies. We are on page. What am I doing here? Page 10 and 128. Page 10 and 128. But I don't know. Here we go. Bim, bum. It's not on there, but we'll get to the next one. Bim, bum, bim, 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 bum. Bim, 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 bum. All right, ladies, when I was your age, the rabbi and cantor used to teach this to me. So here you go. Say bim, bim, and bam. That's it. It goes like this. Bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. Let's try that. Bim, bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. All right, here we go. Everybody, Shabbat. Right? Shabbat Shalom. Here we go. It goes like this. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Again. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 Shalom, bim, bam, boom, bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 bam. Oh, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 bam. Well, we played that one a little longer. So we'll go back to page 2 or 120, page 2 or 120. And Carol, who is lighting the Shabbat lights tonight? Yeah, I hated to point you out, Carol, but you're the only sisterhood lady here, so. Run off. Baruch, don't run off. Baruch atah Adonai. Here comes Mary. She's coming with you. Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק של שבת. Shabbat Shalom, ladies. Yes, we definitely getting a little bit of the Shabbos in here. We continue now on page 12 and 130. Page 12 and 130. Lechu neranena ladonai naria litzur yishenu nekadma fanav v'todah Bizmirot naria lo. El Gadol Adonai Umelech Gadol Al Kol Elohim Asher Biyado Mekerei Haaretz V'to'afot Harim Lo. Let us read together the bottom of the page. Come, let us sing joyously to Adonai. Raise a shout for our rock and our deliverer. Let us come into God's presence with praise, and let us raise a shout for God in song. For Adonai is a great God, the great ruler of all divine beings. We turn over now to a page. I'm looking to see where I can find it. Might not be in here in the Hebrew. Well, it's not in the Hebrew. So page 20 or 138. Page 20 or 138. Lechadodi, welcoming in the Shabbat bride. Everybody okay? All right, we're good. All right, here we go. Yeah, na 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 na. Yeah, na 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 na. Yeah, na na. Lachadodi, yes. Lechadodi likrat kalai ananai 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 pnei Shabbat mikabela. Lechadodi likrat kalai ananai 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 pnei Shabbat mikabela. Verse 1. Shamor bezachor bejibor echad ki ishmi anu el hamyuchad Adonai echad ushmo echad shemur tiferet Elitila Lechadodi Likrat Kalai Ananai 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 Pnei Shabbat Mikabela Lechadodi Likrat Kalai Ananai 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 Pnei Shabbat Mikabela. Verse 2. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor habracha merosh mikedem nisucha sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. Lechadodi likrat kalai ananai 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 pnei Shabbat mikabela. Lechadodi likrat kalai ananai 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 pnei Shabbat mikabela. Verse 5. Hitoreri, Kiva oretu mi uri, Shudaberi, Kivoda Donai Alai Migla. Lechadodi likrat kalai ananai 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 pnei Shabbat mikabela. Lechadodi likrat kalai ananai 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 pnei Shabbat mikabela. Verse 9. We rise and face the door to welcome the Shabbat bride. Ohi v'shalom ateret ba'ala Gam besimcha ובצוהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ענני פני שבת לקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ענני פני שבת לקבלה ינאי לך דודי לקראת קלה ינאי שבת נקבלה. Main standing, page 144, page 26, Chatzi Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה וילמד יפרח חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ומרו יש מרבה מבורך לעולם לעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח יתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה לעילה מכל בחטא ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה Damiran Belema Vimeru. On the next page. Baruchu et Adonai Hamivorach Baruchu Adonai Hamivorach Le'olam Vaed Hamivorach Le'olam Vaed. May be seated. Page 30 or 148, page 30 or 148, Ma'ariv Aravim. I've mentioned this a few times, but I got this melody from this young guy who actually was a camp song leader at Schwader for a number of years up in the mountains below Mount Evans. And guy's name is Daniel Stellini. Now, Daniel was a pretty good vocalist himself and a good musician. And Daniel went to get a degree in music because this was this big thing. I think he went to North Carolina, where Bill Belichick is now. But he and I think he was a music teacher for a few years. And that quickly waned though, and now Daniel is flying the friendly skies. And I often see his posts from United, and he's nowhere around here most of the time. He's usually somewhere in the world. So Daniel, wherever you are, we're thinking about you. We're bringing your melody to life right here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Doing it the Wyoming way, by the way. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim bechokma poteach she'arim. Down at the bottom, 3 lines from the bottom is the chorus El Chai. El Chai b'kayam Tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed baruch atah Adonai amari v'aravi. Back up to the top, about 5 lines from the top where it says Uvit Vuna Mishaneh, team, that you're going to bring about each seasons, right? Uvit Vuna Mishaneh, team, Omachalif et Hazmanim, Sader et Kochavim, B'mishmerotem barakia kirtzono. El Chai. El Chai b'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed baruch atah Adonai amari v'aravi. Days roll into evening, the moon rises in the sky. Well, the days roll into evening, the moon rises in the sky, then sinks low, giving way to light. Then sinks low, giving way to light. You bring about the sun each day, you brighten everything. You bring about the sun each day, you brighten everything, and then you fill our sky with stars. In all this song we sing. El Chai. El Chai b'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed baruch atah Adonai amari v'aravi. Baruch, everybody, you guys sing. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and ba. Ado ha ari ara. I like that. Stephanie, I have all of these things in a file for you to print. So please do not let Rabbi forget to give that to you this next week at our meeting so that we can continue on this wonderful journey together. Page 32 or 150. 32 or 150. We're going to do some more music tonight. Rebbitzin is speaking, so Rabbi is playing a lot of music. By the way, in the future, Carol, you guys, since Rebbitzin is speaking, we can have maybe some more of the women readers and, some of these things. And I'll find some pieces that you guys all like or whatever it is, so you guys remind me. And, she's really, she wants this to be as much for you guys too. It goes like this: day and night, day and night, Show us the way, teaching us to number our days. Let's try that. Day and night. Show us the way, teaching us to number our days when we rise and when we lie down. Ahavat olam. We'll try that again just so that everybody can get the feel of it. Here we go. Day and night, show us the way, teaching us to number our days when we lie, and when we lie down, we rise. All right, I want you to go about the bottom third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines from the bottom of the Hebrew. It says, Kihem Chayenu. Kihem Chayenu, for they are our life. Here it goes. Talking about the mitzvot, by the way. Kihem Chayenu. Ve'orech Yameinu. Uvahem Neged. Yomam V'layla. To the top, Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam. Beit Israel. Amcha Avta. Torah u'mitzvot. Zitim u'mishpatim. Otanu limadita. Somebody please get this young man a prayer book, please. We're on page 32 or 150. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadita. Now, one day when we refill back up that sanctuary in there, like I'm telling people is going to happen in Cheyenne, then you get around. Some people are going to sing Ahavat Olam, and the other people are going to sing Day and Night. Show us the way, teaching us to number our days when we rise and when we lie down. Ahavat Olam. Nishma Makawi. Take a deep breath. Start to focus in through the nose, out through the mouth. Prepare for our oneness with God. Ki heim chayenu ve'orech yameinu v'hem negeh yomam v'layla ve'vadcha tasir mimenu leholamim Baruch ata Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Shem Yevo Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Page 36, 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha bechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha vehayu hadevarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha Veshinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam beshivtecha beveitecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. Stop. This part right here, I said this many months ago, but I want to draw everybody back to it. That where we say Ani Adonai Elohechem, that literally means I am Adonai, your God. Right? So there's a Sephardic custom that when you get to this part, you say Ani with the same tenor, but when we get to Adonai, you lower your voice because we are really not Adonai, right? And certainly not Adonai Elohechem, Adonai your God kind of concept. So we lower our voice there, and also the very last Adonai. So we're going to try that. Lelohechem. Here we go. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet. Page 39 or 157, we continue at the top. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot. But wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, and that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. So we're going to march over to page 40 and page 158, and I want you to put your finger there, and I'm going to give you another place to put your finger as well. You're going to put your finger on page 342 or 646, 342 or 646. So you're going to put your finger right there. All right. This is my wife likes to hear for the times, for she's preaching. So here we go. It goes like this. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, from the Song of the Sea, right? That is a rhetorical question. Na 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 na. Here we go. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha ne'edar b'kodesh, v'tehilot osei pele, nora tehilot osei pele. Malechutecha ra'uvanecha bokeh lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Elianu ve'ameru, Elianu ve'ameru, Adonai lo ve'olam ba'e, Adonai lo le'olam ba'e. All right, back to that other page. In the sky, sing a song, the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women dance and dance the whole night long. Here we go. Miriam was a weaver of unique variety. The tapestry she wove was one which sang artistry. With every strand and every thread, she crafted her delight. A woman touched with spirit, she dances towards the light. She sang a song, the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. All right, the last paragraph down there. And Miriam, the prophet, took her timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her, just as she had planned. Miriam raised her voice in song. She sang with praise and might. We just lived through a miracle. We're gonna dance tonight. Oh yeah, and the women dancing with their timbrels, followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song, we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. Yeah, nine, 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 yeah, nine, 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 nine. Nine, 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 nine. ונאמר, כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, ולא יתחזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל Yisrael. Page 42 or 160. We read together at the bottom of the page. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to a life renewed. Rest the shelter of your peace and guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings and defend us against the enemy's illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, are going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Ushmor tzeitenu uvoenu lechayim u'leshalom me'ata v'ad olam. Baruch ata Adonai, borei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Page 44, 162. 44, 162. Ve'samru b'nei Yisrael HaShabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם בברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי להונם ושמרו בני ישראל השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם כי וביום השביעי שבת וינפש וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Well, friends, we come to the pinnacle of our service, the Amidah Tefillah. We rise as we're able, page 46 and 164. We are going to daven, pray together through the Kedushat Hayom. which is on page 52 or 170, page 52 or 170. We are going to dive in through that. And then you're on your own, your personal prayer with God, all the way over to page 62 or 180, page 62 or 180. So when it's your personal time, feel free to take as long as you need to finish your words with God and sit down whenever you're ready. We are not going to rush you. And again, it's only a script. So if, the words on the page are not speaking to you this Erev Shabbat, it's okay. Just, I'll tell you, just find your own words because, listen, our words with God are very intimate, and nobody can tell you how to pray to God. The rabbis came up with a script, but they were not sure that it was going to be perfect. So this is where we are. Let's find our prayer together here, and then take it all the way to God. As they used to say in the war, right? Give them heaven. Adonai, Sifatai Tivta, Sifatai Tivta, Ufi Agid, Tehilatecha. Adonai, Sifatai Tivta, Ufi Agid, Tehilatecha. Open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praises. Adonai, Sifatai Tivta, Ufi Agid, Tehilatecha. Adonai, Sifatai Tivta, Ufi Agid, Tehilatecha. On the next page, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanoah, Le'elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim Vekonei Hakol Vezocher Chazdei Avot Ve'imahot Umevi Geula Lifnei Vneihem Eman Shemo B'Ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Ata Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Ata Rav Lehoshia Morid Hatal Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Ve'rofeh Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Micha Mocha Ba'al Gevurot Umidom Elah Melech Memit Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'emana Tal HaChayot HaKol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh HaKol אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. Your personal prayer with God to page 62 or 180. Page 60, 178. Prayer for peace. Lord knows we need to pray for a lot of peace in this world. Every day when I watch the news, I suppose I should stop watching CNN. I just don't even know what to say. There's always something. Shalom Rav, HaYisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, HaYisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki ata Melech Adon, Lechol HaShalom, Ki ata Melech Adon, Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom, Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. טוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. Page 62, 180. Page 62, 180. Not that anybody would have forgotten any part of the Amidah, but we got to make sure we don't forget the end part, right? So rabbis are always teaching, you got to study these last parts, right? May the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable to you, God, our rock, our redeemer. And Oseh Shalom Bimromav, may the one who makes peace in the high places, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, may that one make peace, Aleinu, on us, Ba'al Kol Yisrael, all the people of Israel, Ba'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, every living, breathing thing. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu, Al Kol Yisrael, Imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'meru Amen. Turn now over to page 371. Page 371 is Debbie and 253, 371 and 253. That's Debbie Friedman's version of Mishberach Lecholim, the prayer for all those who are in need of healing. We're going to sing the first verse. Together, and then after we sing the first verse, then our wonderful head of the liturgy committee, Jeff, is going to read our list that we have here for Mishaberach, all those who are in need of healing. And if we need to add names after he does that from people here in the sanctuary, we'll do that. And then after we do that, we'll ask for names from Zoom. And then if you are in Facebook land and you have someone that you need us to pray for healing, doesn't have to be Jewish, by the way, can be anybody, then do me a favor, write their name on my wall, and we are praying for all of those people as well. So Mishaberach Lecholim, the prayer for all those who are in need of healing. Avotenu Mekor Abraha Leimotenu, may the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing And let us say, Amen.
Melvin Sanders, Jason Bloomberg, Lila Galinsky, Malka Bat Esther, Marvin Rafaela Bat Sarah Emenu, Marianne Palmer, Micah Bentalia Ruth, Boris Gardner, Oraz Montaki, Patrick Van, Priscilla Golden, Rivka Chaya Bat Hana Rivka, Roger and Patricia McDaniel, Cheryl Cohen, Sigurd Johnson, son of Otto, Yaakov ben Menachem Mantaka, Aharon Yaakov ben Pesach, Alex Premsler, Carol Hirschman, Deb Wally, Debbie Collier, Dixie Collins, Jamie Tenorio, Jason Perlman, Karen Everett, Leo and Derek Robinson, Lonnie Ridnour, Margaret Eisenbach Bloomberg, Mary Wilsey, Matthew Snyder, Rick Padilla, Rob Spellberg, Stephanie Sterling, Steve Rubin, Terry Clark, Tikva McKinnon, Wari Means, Elaine Zerolnik, Freya Astrid Blackman, Robert Giorgio, and Kirk Ratliff. Are there any names people would like to add?
Zoom. Yoshua Nachum ben Ruth Adina.
On Zoom, do we have names that we need to add?
Yoshua Nachum ben Ruth Adina. Michael Bach.
Ken Otto.
Others? As I said, if you need to add names or want to pray for on Facebook, please just write them on my wall. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei et hachomim. Blessed are you, God, the one who grants healing to the sick. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Well, friends, I couldn't give you a better person to speak besides Revitson, and she's a wonderful, wonderful wife, a wonderful mother, and also she told me a few weeks ago that she wanted to speak, for a specific parashah, and well, I was already speaking and already had things written out. So I said, you just speak on, whenever you're ready to speak, you will speak on whatever you moves you. So here she is. I'm going to take the baby, and I have to give her this the microphone. I'm going to put it right here on you there. All right. And I'm going to take you, love. All right. And so I've got the baby, and here's the lady.
Thank you. As he said, I wanted to talk on something he spoke about a few weeks ago. I wanted to start with some commentary by Rashi. They should not be in your eyes like an old edict to which no one pays attention, but like a new one, which everyone runs to read, to see. See, I set before you today a blessing and a curse. Rashi has a beautiful comment on that word today. He says the words of Torah shouldn't sit in our eyes like an old edict, the kind nobody bothers reading anymore because they've already seen it 100 times. Instead, he says they should feel like a brand new announcement, the kind everyone runs to go read. Every single day is supposed to feel that new. I've been thinking a lot about that word to see lately because I live with two people who in very different ways keep teaching me what it means to really see. To see something as if for the first time, even the 100th time I've seen it. One of them has spent years studying Torah, becoming a rabbi, and now working on a PhD. The other is my 1-year-old. And some days I'm not entirely sure which one is my greater teacher. Lily sees everything, and I mean everything. A flower I've walked past 20 times deserves a complete stop. A bird requires our immediate attention. A rock can become the most fascinating object in the world. And if there is a garden nearby, whatever I thought schedule we were on has officially been canceled. There are flowers to see. Lily isn't thinking about the email I need to answer. She isn't replaying a conversation from 3 days ago. She isn't thinking about tomorrow. She isn't worrying about whether everyone is happy with her. She doesn't wonder whether she has done enough, given enough, accomplished enough, or carried enough. She just sees. And lately I've begun to wonder if maybe she understands this better than I do. Because somewhere along the way as adults, we become very good at carrying. We carry our jobs, our families, our relationships, our expectations, other people's opinions of us, mistakes we've made, things that happened yesterday, and things that haven't even happened yet. And perhaps the heaviest things we carry are the ones nobody actually asked us to carry. I know I'm guilty of this. I can convince myself that if I see a problem, I need to fix it. If someone is unhappy, I need to make it better. If something needs to be done, somehow it becomes mine to do. I can take something small, put it on my shoulders, add 3 more things to it, and then wonder why I'm exhausted. And sometimes the rabbi in my house will look at me in his calm way that can occasionally be irritating when you're not ready to hear the wisdom and remind me, you don't have to carry that. And my immediate response in my head is usually, well, obviously I do. Except sometimes he's right. Okay, a lot of the times he's right. So there's a difference between caring about something and carrying it. There's a difference between being compassionate and making someone else's burden entirely our own. There's a difference between being responsible and believing we are responsible for everything. That has been a difficult lesson for me. Sometimes the load we're struggling underneath wasn't placed there by God. It wasn't placed there by our family, our employer, our community. Sometimes when we put it there ourselves, maybe because we want to help, maybe because we want to be needed, maybe because we want everyone to be okay. And maybe because we've convinced ourselves that being strong means carrying more. And maybe sometimes strength actually means knowing when to put it down. That's where I think the 2 teachers in my house come together. The rabbi always reminds me you don't have to carry everything you see. Lily reminds me, but you do have to see it. See the person in front of you, see the need, see the hurt, see the blessing, see the garden. But seeing something doesn't always mean it becomes ours to fix. Sometimes our responsibility is to help. Sometimes it's to speak. Sometimes it's to act. That takes discernment, and maybe that's part of wisdom of to see. God puts choices before us, and we have to learn to see clearly enough to know which ones are ours. I've also been thinking a lot lately about Rachmanis, the Yiddish word rooted in the Hebrew rachmim, for mercy, for compassion, for tenderness. We're meant to extend to a struggling soul. Rachmanis for other people, certainly, but also Rachmanis for ourselves. Rachmanis to understand that we aren't going to get everything right, to know that we can't make everyone happy, to accept that sometimes we have done all that we can do. Rachmanis to say, this part is mine, this part isn't, and to put down what isn't ours without feeling guilty about it. And then Friday comes, and Judaism gives us that extraordinary gift called Shabbat. Every single week, Shabbat essentially tells us enough, put it down. For 6 days, create, work, build, answer, fix, plan, carry. And then the sun begins to set, we light 2 candles, and Judaism asks us to believe something that can be surprisingly difficult for those of us who like to carry everything. The world will continue without us managing it for a little while. But here's what I've come to believe. That invitation isn't only for Friday night. Shabbat teaches it to us once a week. We need to practice. But the putting down is meant for every day. It's meant for the Tuesday afternoon when the inbox won't stop refilling. It's meant for the carpool line, the grocery store, 10 minutes before a very hard conversation. Every single day hands us small moments to set something down. We just don't always notice because we've quietly convinced ourselves that enough is a once a week idea instead of an everyday one. My dad always used to tell me, and you've heard me say this before, better to light a candle than curse the darkness. I've carried those words with me for years, but lately I've started hearing them differently. Lighting a candle doesn't eliminate all the darkness. It doesn't solve every problem. It doesn't answer every question. It doesn't finish our to-do list. We simply light the candle and suddenly we can see. Maybe that's what these small pauses give us on Shabbat and honestly wherever else we let ourselves find them. Not the solution to everything we're carrying, but enough light to decide what actually needs to be carried in the first place. Enough light to notice what we've been missing while our arms were full. The people sitting beside us, the food on our table, the hands reaching for ours, the laughter coming from another room, the flowers growing outside, the blessings we have walked past 100 times because we were already thinking about that next thing. Our children haven't learned to do that yet. They haven't learned to rush past beautiful things. I hope we're careful about teaching them, and I hope I'm careful about teaching Lily. Because while we spend so much time teaching our children how to live in this world, every once in a while they turn around and teach Torah to us. Lily teaching me to see the flower, see the garden, see the moment, see me. And the rabbi is teaching me something else. Seeing it doesn't mean you have to carry all of it. Maybe that's the wisdom I need right now. And maybe someone else here needs it too. Put down the expectation that you have to make everyone happy and put down the conversation you've replayed 100 times. And once your hands are a little less full, look around and see. Because maybe the greatest wisdom in my house right now does come from two very different teachers, two very great teachers, in fact. One has spent the years studying Torah, and the other grabs my hand and reminds me why I need to put it down in the first place, so I don't miss this. Remember, Rashi said the word shouldn't sit in our eyes like an old edict, something we've already seen, already known, already stopped noticing. They should feel new every single day. That's the flower Lily stops for. That's the burden the rabbi tells me to put down. That's the whole meaning of see, really. May we find not only tonight, but in ordinary days ahead, the wisdom to know what is ours, to carry, the Rachmanis to put down what isn't, and the eyes to see, really see, like it's new, the blessings that have been in front of us all along. And may we never become so busy carrying life on Shabbat or any Tuesday that we forget to actually live it.
I have your flower. We rise, page 586, page 586, and it is also page 282, 586 and 282. Oh, and Lily, can I have that part back to you?
It's a family.
That's right. All right, Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol v'tei gedula liotzer breshit shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot velo samanu k'mishpachot hadama shelo sam chelkenu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim alifnei melech Malchei Hamlachim Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Page 287, 591. 287, 591. We read at the top of the page, may we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding, loved each of us for the peace we bring to others, and may our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. Kakatu b'toratecha Adonai himloch leolam vahed v'nehemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom ha'u yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. May be seated. Our thoughts now turn to all those who in our community may be in mourning. So at this, you want to read the list? So at this time, we have this Niftar list for our community.
Dennis Coelho, Nahum Gelber, Jenny Coelho, Dorothy Feldman, Sam Young, Steve Marabit, Joe Golden, Jake Whiteman, Stuart Wiseman, William Fitterman, Tim Solon, Clarence Fisher Sr., Barbara Bracha Bathinya Mantaka, Christopher Tenorio, Casey Simpson, Dr. John Healy, John Burr, Casper O'Brien, and Shlomo ben Menachem Mantaka. And also on our list of yortzites for the coming week, Paulette Boren, Sarah Goldstein, A. Joseph Goldstein, Molly Meadow, Harav Tzvi Lieb, Esther Cohen, Ida Schwartz, Hyman Weissman, Allison Young. Are there any other names people like to add at home?
On Facebook, if you have on Facebook, you need to say Kaddish Yatom for someone. Please don't hesitate to write that name on my wall. Zichronam Libracha, may all their memories be blessed.
We rise for the Mourner's Kaddish, page 294, 598.
Yikadal, Yikadash, Shemei Rabbah, Yalama, Dibarach, Lirute, Yamlich Malchute, Chaye Chon, V'yomei Chon, Chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Bagala, Bizman Kari, Vimru, Amen. Yehei Shnei Rabbah, Mevarach, Leolam, Almei, Almaya. Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh, Hadar, V'yitaled, V'yitalal, Shemei Dekudusha, Barichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemanta, da'amiran v'yalama v'imru. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom bin Ramav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send comfort to all those who may be in mourning wherever they are and call Yisrael. Together we say, Amen. You may be seated, friends. Just talk. We're doing this mitzvah tonight for a prayer. So announcements. That's why you're here.
Right. Coming week.
Right.
We have dance class.
Well, tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow we don't have services, but
Sunday, right. Sunday we have dance class at 3 o'clock.
No. Before we have dance class, we have
the ice cream social.
Yeah, what are we calling that?
Ask the Rabbi.
Ask the Rabbi. So
1 o'clock.
Yeah, you can bring anybody with you. We're going to be right here. Come meet the Rabbi, ask him, get to know him. Get to know Rebbitzin a little bit more if you haven't done that already. But it's a good time for us to get together and have
ice cream.
Ice cream too. We all scream for it. That's it. What do we have? What do we have there?
Ice cream.
Did you hear that? Make sure they all know. But you have to give our listeners.
All things ice cream. Ice cream sandwiches, cones, toppings.
Yeah.
They'll be good.
That's right. Can't miss out on that.
And then 3 o'clock we have dance.
Then there's dance.
Coming week there's a board meeting. Wednesday is our board meeting in the evening, 6:30, I believe. 6:30.
Right.
Torah study on Friday.
Torah study we got
at noon.
Yeah, got to start coming. We had the falafel truck here today. We had falafel Friday, right?
Right.
I mean, if you missed out on that, boy, you got to start coming. You got to eat lunch, right? So you come for an hour, you have study tour with us, and as often as we can get Noam here before he has to close the truck down. I get him here for a falafel. Oh, I had Satar fries. So,
and that takes us up to next Friday. Services at 7 o'clock.
Right.
Anything else I miss?
Stephanie, miss anything? Everybody knows.
Yeah, everyone's welcome to come.
Oh yes, after following services, we have kiddush and also motzi and a few noshes over there at the end. Okay, so we're going to put the wrap on the service. We're going to be on page closing song is page 625. Page 625. We're going to have, I'm putting this back up, although I think that we're okay. Adon Olam. Whoa. Adon Olam. And we'll go with the old steady camp version. If I still have that in my book here, of Adon Olam. Well, I got to find it first. You would think I'd have it over here. Aha. Adon Olam. Should have gotten that ready. All right, here we go. Adon Olam, Asher Malam, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nirvana. Leit nasa, b'chefsokol, azay melech, Shimoni nikra. Adon Olam asher malach, b'terem kol yitzir nirvana. Leit nasa v'chefsokol, azay melech Shimon nikra, v'acharei kitlot hakol, levado yimloch nora, v'hu haya v'hoveh, v'hu yeh v'tifara. Adon Olam asher malach, b'terem kol yitzir nirvana. Leit nasa v'chefsokol, azay melech Shimon nikra, V'acharei kitlot hakol, levado yimloch nora, v'hu haya v'hoveh, v'tifara. V'hu haya v'hoveh, v'tifara. V'acharei kitlot hakol, levado yimloch nora, v'hu haya v'hu hoveh, v'hu yeh v'tifara. Adon Olam asher malach, b'terem kol yitzir nira, leit nasa v'chefsokol, azay melech Shimon nikra, v'acharei kitlot hakol, levado yimloch nora, v'hu haya v'hoveh, v'hu yeh v'tifara. Adon Olam asher malach, b'terem kol yitzir nira, leit nasa v'chefsokol, azay melech Shimon nikra, v'acharei kitlot hakol, levado yimloch nora, v'hu haya v'hoveh, ותפארה אלוהיה ואהובה ותפארה ותפארה. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom over here, you guys. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat
You
shalom.
Go to the social hall now.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you so much, Rabbi.
Shabbat
Thank you,
shalom.
guys.
Shalom.
Shabbos. Good to see everybody over there on the Zoom, and good to see everybody in here too.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, definitely have a good night.
All right.
We had rain, so that's good too.
Yes, finally
Yes.
rain.
Geshem Yored.
The
Actually,
lighter
Geshem
rain.
Yorad. It already came.
Yeah.
Toda Rabah.
So
Bavakasha. Having a great night. Had a nice big bunch of people here in the sanctuary too, by the way.
Greich.
Thank you again, Rabbi. Have a good.
You're